So Bulls Racing, we are a competitive Formula SAE team here at the University of South Florida. We design, manufacture, and compete in open wheel race car every single year to compete at international competition in Michigan, Formula SAE Michigan. And there we compete against 120 other universities from across the globe. So it's not only just a competition where we compete against teams in the States, but we also compete with teams from Brazil and Puerto Rico and abroad.
We put blood, sweat, and tears into the making of this designing car.
It's pretty amazing because you get that heartfelt sensation of oh my God, almost a year worth of work and finally getting put to the test, and I really hope it's going to do well, kind of thing.
At the time, I was vice president of the team, and I received a phone call from Dante, our now team captain, and he told me they came in and shut down our shop.
We came back, and just like any other day, we were getting the things, putting the things down to go back into the shop, and there was a paper that said, sorry, this space has been closed, and permanently. And we're like, what?
And at this point, I had not been elected president yet. It was still a transition period. And I was like, whoa, if I go into the presidential position, I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of this stuff.
The reasoning is that that space that was given to us, the university's EH&S department really hadn't done much of let's say supervision or maintenance on the building. And once they checked up enough red flags about how unsafe it is or not having supervision, there weren't even security cameras.
I understand there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes with the university and facilities and any kind of health and safety people, but it was life-changing for the entire team, and I think it was life-changing obviously in a negative direction to where we struggled as a team.
What hurt us the most is not knowing when exactly we were going to be back and who was paying for those things, because they actually told us that we had to pay for it. The club, which is pretty crazy because the limited funding we get from student government is not even more than what we get from our sponsors. We mainly worked on the parking lot that's right in front of the Transportation and Services building. We literally claimed it by putting tents up, and we were and cones. We were this is our working area. Even in the rain, we would have to unplug all the things we had connected, put it away, wait until it stopped raining to keep doing what we were doing. Once we found the space at our sponsor's warehouse, that's where we were able to finish it.
So I had a particular experience with going to Lakeland for our manufacturing of our F-25 chassis because it was my father's shop. So not only was I forced to be there because I was the president and I wanted to be a part of the team and help out, but also I had to lock the shop up at night. The commutes to Lakeland, it was nice because we were in our own shop, our own workspace. We had a lot of good resources, more resources than we've ever had.
Coming into it, it seemed like everyone was really suffering, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone seemed super tired all the time just because they were always commuting back and forth between BMR and Lakeland and then all the way back here to Tampa for their classes and stuff, and it was pretty much every day. So they would constantly just be on the verge of just being really tired overall.
I remember our chief engineer, Ray. He's still our chief this day, but I remember Ray, he came up to our entire team during a Saturday design meeting and said, hey guys, shop's closed. It's gonna be closed for a while. We're gonna have to build this car out of a sponsor's shop in Lakeland, and I want you guys to stay on the team, and I want, to build this car and make it happen, but if you don't wanna pursue this, now's the time to leave. If you truly think this is too much work for you, you could step out now, and I totally understand. And not a single person asked a question, raised their hand, or got up and left. Everyone decided to stay. They thought it was still doable. So as a team, I think we overcame that challenge by just staying a team. No one wanted to leave. Yes, it was probably the biggest challenge that Bulls Racing has ever faced, but at the end of the day, we overcame it and we built F-25.
Honestly, if it wasn't Ray and Alan as president and chief engineer, I don't think we would have made it to Michigan. they took like pretty much the full brunt, all of the hardships, because the school would talk to them like directly, and then they would relay information down to us. Between them, they handle stress like no one else, and every single time we would hit like a downfall, they would give us like one of their pep talks, and like it would make everyone laugh, and like we would get a lot happier after the fact. So they definitely did a really good job at making sure that team morale was up.
When I first joined the team, I walked into the shop and thought it was a professional racing team, which we obviously are, but I thought, okay, it's walk into the shop, you attend the meeting, and you go home. You know, maybe a little bit of work in the shop on the machines or whatever, but I quickly learned that Bulls Racing is a family. Not everyone on the team just comes in and does their work and leaves. It's a big family of engineers, business students, and everyone with the interest of racing.
It's a family of shared interests that we find within our classmates, because like most of the members are within our classes. So once you realize that a lot of your classmates share that hobby, and then you have this really specific interest, you become a lot more closer with those people. And those are the people that I've gotten the chance to do internships with, travel together. Like for example, the shirt that I'm wearing is because of an internship that I did through Bulls Racing, and I did it with the suspension lead and one of my brakes junior engineers. So that was pretty cool.
We tried to do a lot of, team bonding, whether it's going to various restaurants right outside of campus, going and grabbing food together, getting together for Halloween parties or birthday parties, just being able to make that time to hang out with each other without having SAE or schoolwork in. That's really helped us to come close together.
We all hang out together. We're all a big family, whether it's hanging out in the DFX lab, hanging out in the shop back in the day.
A lot of the guys are very supportive, and I'm very thankful for that. They help push the women on the team to be better engineers, and that's all I can be glad for. Being a woman in motorsports is obviously very tough, but we have all found our own way. We've conquered. It shows we can do the hard work, and we can actually, put ourselves to the limit.
I was very impressed by how well everyone got together and acted as a family. I've never seen so many people work together so efficiently, which I think is why we're so competitive and so successful. Everyone on the team works together to get to a certain goal. And if you disagree with people, you disagree in a sense that it's okay to disagree. You don't feel bad disagreeing, because everyone's a family, everyone's friends at the end of the day.